Well, good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody today. So what is the big trend today? The big trend is that Chris D'Elia, the comedian, the person who I believe she was on that Whitney TV show for some time and then really got a boost into promotion later, is a pure creep bag. And when I say pure creep bag, I just want to say this. I'm not Johnny Morality. I'm not here to be the moral police. But when you are soliciting sex from children, all right, and I know they're, 16's old enough, Jason. No. 18 is the legal limit, and here's the deal. At 18, whether or not a person is fully physically or psychologically developed, we have made that the anchor point as to which you can go to war, be shot at, you can vote. Now, I mean, cigarettes have gone up to like 21 in some cases, which is ridiculous, but 18 you used to be able to smoke. Consider, we give people adult rights at that age. That's federally, that's across the board. And in my opinion, most people are, ready to take on life's real challenges at some level at that point, right? We're talking about the end of high school over and then into your future as an adult human being. So whatever D'Elia did with girls that were 18 and above, no matter how grotesque you think they were, I don't have a problem with it. This is not a situation where, for instance, D'Elia was doing casting calls and having people come in and then abusing that power for sexual gratification. If that were the case, well, then we'd be talking about a different story. So then what did he do? And is this a Me Too moment? Well, when you do start getting into girls who are 17, 16, there is now a piece of one of his podcasts or an audio clip of him talking about how all 14-year-old girls look like they're 30. Not a good look, Chris. Not a good look. And, people, number one, will probably try to defend him and say, well, this is all fake. These people are making it up. And then they show the screenshots. And then, much like in the McGregor rape case, when you see the screenshots of those WhatsApp messages, what do people say? Oh, those are bootleg, those are fake, they're not real. I would say that these girls and women that are producing these screenshots, it's real, folks. Thumbs this video up, by the way, subscribe and share as we chat this out. So what's next? What do we do here? It's a great question. I would say this, I'm not a cancel culture guy, but I don't promote pedophiles. And I never will promote pedophiles. And he has to be accountable for what he did or tried to do with, 16 and 17-year-old girls, period. And that would be whether he was, 20 years old, in his 30s. Again, once you are an adult, you are an adult. Now, that doesn't mean that I think that, an 18-year-old who's dating a 16-year-old when they've been high school sweethearts is some kind of a pedophile. That's a different situation. But at any level, when you are an adult and you are actively going after those who are under 18 sexually, okay, guess what? You're a predator. You're a pedophile. You need to be dealt with legally. I don't want you around my daughters, my nieces, my sisters. I don't want you around my friends, my family. And apparently, one of the ways that he was getting caught was he was, soliciting for nudes and all these other things from these girls, and then he was making memes about them with those pictures and sharing them with his other celebrity friends, and that is one of the sources of these leaks. But once again, now you're talking about if he was distributing pictures of 16-year-old girls, a guy that was distributing CP. All right, now, whether or not those on the other end knew what they were receiving, that's questionable. I find it hard to believe that D'Elia himself had no idea any of these girls were still high school age. That's bullshit. Any kind of search or, you know, click on somebody's profile, and it becomes extremely apparent, you know, how old this person is. And if you can ask them to come by and give you oral sex in a car behind some event, you can click on it and find out, oh, wait a minute, this girl's not 18. And that's what drives me nuts. It's like, look, you know, a lot of people say, well, why would they do this? They're famous. They could have anybody they want. That's not usually the case. And, you know, a lot of these famous people, they find emptiness after a while because they do have so much instant gratification in the way of drugs, sex, entertainment, and other things that our society has decided to idolize and promote. So you wonder, you know, is this an illness that was developed later on? Oh, you know, I want to go a little further, or is this something that's been going on for a long time, even before his fame, that now he's taking advantage of because he can? Either way, it's not only a terrible look, and although I'm not into the cancel culture, I think that it's something that has to be addressed. I think it's something that has to be exposed. I think it's something that has to be shared, just to let people in on the fact that in a lot of cases this is almost the norm. That doesn't mean that every, you know, Hollywood celebrity or every comedian is out there abusing children, but, you know, let's look at the age range on this for a second. Is it different when Chris D'Elia does something like this with a 16-year-old girl from when Bryan Singer, you know, has 16-year-old and teenage boys on set that are calling him his boyfriend? That's a good question. For those that don't know, you know, when Singer was doing the film Apt Pupil, the main star, you know, apparently was running around the set telling everybody that they were actually dating. And for those that don't know, that person ended up taking their own life. Okay? And that person's name was Brad Renfro. And I would say this, there's more of a power dynamic when you're on a set and you're working in that industry, but when you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's all still pedophilia. And is Bryan Singer in jail? Because I might have missed that. Has Bryan Singer been brought to justice? I might have missed that. Or are they talking about people like Bryan Singer to direct movies again, such as Red Sonja? I know that hit the fan, but when you're in such a grotesque, corrupt system that it's an open secret, if you will, that pedophilia is part of the game, you've got to wonder if there's ever going to be any justice for any of these guys. And D'Elia is just kind of that microcosm of this, again, popular comedian soliciting nudes from, you know, women and then young girls. And he has to be called out for the young girls, because to me that is 100% unacceptable. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think I'm being too much of a moral Mortimer, but I don't think so. Again, you want to be the biggest scumbag around to girls and women that are 18 over, whatever, I get it. You know, unfortunately, there is that section of the population that likes the abuse, that gravitates towards, you know, comments and actions that, in my opinion, are unbecoming of human beings. But when it works, and that's not really my business. I may dislike somebody for that, but I certainly wouldn't be doing a video about it unless, again, it involved children. So guys, thumbs the video up. Sorry about that, lost you guys, but thumbs up, subscribe, and share. Remember, we are fully demonetized on this platform. No super chats, no money, no explanation. We're just harmful content. They don't like us exposing the pedophiles, guys. So if you can, go hit up the GoFundMe. Link is in the description. $5, $10, $15. Big donors means the world to me. Trying to get out of the state, as you guys know, and currently I'm just walking back from the mechanics where I dropped off the car for some more fixings before I hit that road. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys once again. I love you. We'll see you later today on the flip side. Go check out my Assange video last night. I was on fire with Andrew and Steve from Action for Assange. Love you.